Deep Horizon is an indictment to corporations, big corporations, who seem not to care that much about human lives for the sake of making money. Do you see any solution to that? And they get away with it. Those guys got away with it.
Well, look, it's a very dangerous job. People know the risks going in. It's just if you could take a little bit more time, even if it means spending a little bit more money to avoid accidents like that happening, or negligence, depending on which part of it. But I think certain things are avoidable and certain things are unforeseen. And I think I think if they'd have just taken the time and spent the money, it would have well. But it's funny because when you talk about disregard for human life, I think there was also the media needs to be held accountable because when the Deepwater Horizon happened, nobody acknowledged the fact, at least not to the extent that they should have, that 11 people lost their lives. Everything was about the environmental disaster. Everything that I remember was really focused on the environmental disaster and the loss of in marine life and not human life.
I'll call you back. I'll call you back.
When the walls caving in, and the world stops.
Hey!
Hear the voice.
Mayday, mayday. This is Deepwater Horizon.
You produce a lot of your movies. What do you gain out of producing your movies? And what does it give you as an actor?
Well, more control. More
In what
control. In every way. In the creative process. I was kind of compared to being in a car driving at high speed. It's dangerous and it's risky, but if you're behind the wheel, then you have a lot more control, a lot more say-so in the outcome. And, I've always kind of been one to be a lot more proactive and not just waiting around for material to come to me. I want to go out there and create my own opportunities. And, but I think creative control. They're going to put my name above the title, and I carry a lot of the responsibility of making sure that, there's a return on their investment. So I would like to have as much control and say-so as possible.
Get around, I get around, yeah, get around, I get around.
Stay back!
Orders from President Bush. You open that door now. Where's the gold?
You were involved in movies like Three Kings and Lone Survivor, and those movies introduced you to a culture, the Arabic and Muslim cultures, and you met many of the actors like Ali Suleiman and others. Now seeing what's going on with Donald Trump and Islamophobia, how do you feel about that?
Thankfully, I've been out of touch with what's going on with the current presidential election. I mean, I see a little bit of it, but I don't read about it too much because I'm a little concerned with the choices that we have. But I have friends of the Jewish faith, of the Muslim faith, and certainly the Christian faith. And for me, it's all about unity and love, and every practicing Muslim that I know feels the same thing. So I think, but we live in a world where there's a lot of craziness going on, and a lot of finger pointing, a lot of fear, and a lot of phobias. And I think, Pete and I just did the movie Patriots Day, and it's about love. It's about love overcoming hate, and hopefully this movie will have an impact on the world. As a matter of fact, I know it will have an impact on the world, but hopefully it will have a major impact, because if you think about everything that's going on all over the world, we need to get that message of love out there. But I don't know what Donald Trump is saying.
You kind of managed successfully to merge art with business, and you do both very well. How would you define yourself? More of an artist or a businessman?
Well, my passion, my primary business is my art, but I'm probably more artist than businessman, but both.
And having worked on both TV and film, how do you see the future, TV versus film?
Well, there's a lot of amazing things happening in television right now, but hopefully that will inspire the film world to step up their game. But this movie itself is very encouraging because here you have basically an adult-driven character action movie with no potential for a sequel, and it's an expensive movie to make in the world and the day and age of superhero movies. So it's nice that the studio would take a risk of making a movie like this. It's encouraging. But I'm always optimistic that things will turn for the better.
My daughter's singing, and I will see them again. Do you understand me?
I will stay.